Hi everybody, Mr. Testa here with just a few announcements regarding our performance schedule, our rehearsal schedule, and how we're going to proceed with the COVID-19 pandemic still largely here and in play. So as most of you know, a robocall went out last night from the superintendent that allows us to now resume rehearsals, which we're really happy to hear about. So we're going to resume rehearsals this Saturday, October 31st, and we're going to run rehearsal during our normal time. So jazz band bright and early between 8:30 and 9:45, and then the rest of our ensemble, including the guard and concert band, marching band, we're going to run from 10 o'clock to about 12:30. I understand that it is Halloween, but I'm hoping to get this rehearsal in before any of your trick-or-treating and other festivities start. I know that this was not originally on the schedule, but as always, if you can do your best to please try and be here, it would make for a much stronger rehearsal and it will better prepare us for our concert on November 11th. Speaking of that concert, the November 11th concert, which will happen right on Veterans Day at 6:30 p.m. on our football field, is definitely still on the calendar. Letters have been sent out to all the local veterans to hopefully have them attend our performance, and we are basically working for the next 2 to 3 weeks to make sure that we are ready for this performance. Please do everything you can to be available for these rehearsals. Everyone's attendance is required if we're going to master the complex dynamics as well as some of the timing changes in some of the music that we've got. So it's very important that we do our best to be there. This Saturday was not originally on the schedule, and I plan on running rehearsal with whoever can show up. So please do your best to make yourself available if it's at all possible, although again, with these last minute changes, I completely understand if it's not a possibility. There might also be some possibilities to play at home games coming up in the near future. Due to COVID-19, the football schedule is ever changing, and right now we're looking at possible games on 11/13, so November 13th, as well as on November 20th. Neither of these dates are solidified at this time, but we are looking to try and schedule a home game during one of these dates. If we do get a game scheduled during these times, that will become the new senior night. If not, senior night will stay on the schedule for our game against Montville, which is happening on November 25th. So we're hoping for at least 2 more performances at football games. Now, due to the weather changing and things getting very cold and very wet outside, we're going to have to change how we approach our rehearsals. Outdoor concert band, although not ideal, has been working for us so far. It's given us the ability to spread out very far and not have to worry so much about air exchanges. Moving to an indoor rehearsal situation has been a goal of mine from the very start. Of course, student safety is at the absolute center of this goal. We want to make sure that we're able to follow all the guidelines and keep our students safe in all the situations that we're putting them in this year, indoor rehearsal included. I'm happy to announce today that the last piece of our plan has finally fallen into place, and so that starting this Saturday, we should be able to rehearse safely indoors. The process for this starts with personal protection. All students have already been issued a mask that can be worn while we play. Students will be required to wear normal masks when entering the building and getting set up. But when it comes time to play, our playing masks can go on. Further protection is provided by the use of bell covers, which I'm happy to report have come in today. Bell covers work by covering the outside of the bell of the instrument to catch any possible particles that might escape from the edges of these instruments, as you can see with the trombone. They cause minimal change to the sound and will catch any other kinds of droplets that come out. So every student has one of these here at the school waiting for them. They are individually wrapped and factory sealed, so they are clean and ready to go. They are machine washable, so if the students want to take them home and wash them after the first rehearsal, they certainly can. And that covers all the protection that is recommended to make sure that we are rehearsing inside safely. So we're very happy to say that we can proceed that way. The venue has been another challenge, although that problem has been solved as well. Our auditorium gives us plenty of room to spread out our musicians to ensure the maximum amount of distance necessary to keep everyone safe and at a distance. We're hoping to go more than that distance, as we're going to plan on spreading out throughout the space as much as the space will allow. which will be a lot more than the required 6 feet. We also have a very, very modern air moving system in the auditorium that can exchange the air out relatively quickly. Despite this, we still want to make sure that we're following the guidelines to a T. And so we plan on preparing 2 setups so that we can follow the recommended guidelines of only being in a space for a half an hour at a time. We will be utilizing the auditorium for the first half hour of every performance, and then moving over to the gym for the second half of the performance. This will allow a full half an hour of air exchange to happen in both of our rehearsal sites, and it will allow us to bounce back and forth between the 2 sites as necessary. We also plan on utilizing staff members to spray down chairs and stands in between, again, all in the idea of an abundance of caution and an abundance of measures taken to keep everyone safe. So to recap, we're going to make sure that everyone is pre-screened according to regulations, wearing a real mask as they enter, wearing their playable mask while we're actually taking part in rehearsal, and then of course we're adding our bell covers to our list of PPE as well. We plan on utilizing 2 rehearsal sites to ensure we can switch back and forth and to allow air exchange to happen in between. Of course, everyone will be assigned the same seat in both units so that, it stays within everybody's kind of personal bubble. And last but not least, we plan on wiping down chairs and stands in between each rehearsal as well, or in between each location of the rehearsal. With all of these steps and all of these procedures in mind, I feel very confident that we can keep our students safe while working towards our musical goals. As always, I'd like to extend a huge thank you to the parents, to the band association, the administration, and everyone involved who has worked very, very hard to make this experience the best it can be under tremendously difficult circumstances. Working with the team here at Lakeland has been an absolute pleasure, despite all of the difficulties that we've had working within the guidelines and trying to change gears so quickly. But it has and continues to be a pleasure to work with so many motivated people making sure that this continues to happen. As always, I'm available right here on my email or my cell phone if you have any concerns, any questions, or anything else I can do for you. Thank you so much. I really look forward to seeing everybody at rehearsal this weekend and, of course, at our concert coming up on the 11th. Take care, Lakeland. Talk to you soon.